Welcome to another edition of Against the Grain Sports Podcast, Uncut. And I am your host, Jody Coleman, in the building. Man, we got my man, Jarrell, Solo on Sports Glenn, all the way from San Antonio, Texas. What's going on, my guy?
I'm doing good, Jody. I got one question before we get the show started. You know, it's
What's
hurricane
that?
season, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
Hey, how come they don't name hurricanes after black people? How come we don't get any hurricanes named after? You ever notice that?
I seen that. I thought they did. I thought it was like Hurricane Katrina. Wasn't that a black name? I ain't never heard a white girl named Katrina.
What about Hurricane Tyrone? Is there a Hurricane Tyrone out there somewhere?
Hurricane Eileen. I think that's Eileen.
That can go either way.
That go either way. I ain't never heard of a Hurricane Becky. So there's not been a Hurricane Becky, I don't think.
Well, Becky's been known to have some skills blowing things out. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, it's been a while, man, with Against the Grain Sportsman. I'm glad y'all was able to tune in this morning, man. We got a lot of sports to go over. The most intriguing story that came out here, and everybody knows about this, is LeBron James has taken his talent to yet another situation. We'll talk about him going to the Philadelphia 76ers. Also, we're going to talk about ESPN has some layoffs this week. A lot of guys that was laid off on that channel, but one that we all would like to really speak about is Ryan Clark being released, because he said he wasn't laid off. He was fired. He has spoken out about that. We'll definitely talk about that situation. A lot of people have their mixed emotions about Ryan Clark not being with those guys, and we'll talk about that. Other people that was laid off, of course, Cam Newton was laid off, but another one that was major to me was Carl Ravage, who had been with ESPN for over 33 years. And I think that the way that they did it was wrong. This guy deserved a little bit more dignity, but we'll talk about that because he has been a staple of my sports, pretty much a third of my life, a fourth of my life. He's been a part of sports with me, with Carl Ravage with ESPN. And then also we'll go to the NFL. We'll talk about the top 100 players from 60 to 51. But real quick, so man, the World Cup, man, we wasn't knowing to celebrate Spain winning the World Cup, man. What was your thought process on the World Cup and Spain being the world champion?
I watched the championship game, Joe. I don't know if you get a chance to see it. You checking in without against Spain against Argentina? Did you see that game?
I saw bits and pieces, man, but I didn't get a chance to sit down and actually watch it.
Spain. I'm just getting into soccer this year. Spain only gave up one goal the entire tournament. So going into the game, you knew it was going to be tough for Argentina. Everyone said they had an easy route. Argentina did. Kind of like when you're in the NCAA tournament, we look at the team that's in their bracket. They were saying about Argentina. They were playing teams that weren't up to par. But Spain, they were very aggressive on defense, man. They wouldn't let you get needed free kick. I think it was towards the end of the game before Argentina even got their first shot on goal, like towards the end of the game. And the goalie was basically over there sitting in the easy boy chair just chilling because he had to do anything in that game. Spain, it's like they weren't nervous though. They weren't scoring either, but it's like they know eventually we're gonna get one. They did towards the end of the game. They ended up winning the game in overtime. So everybody that was Argentina thinking we're gonna get back to back. I don't think so. Spain definitely deserves it. They were the underrated team. No one was really talking about Spain. Everyone was talking about all the big stars on all the other teams, but Spain came through with that defense and they won the championship.
That's good stuff, man. It's always exciting to see the world compete at that level. Yeah. It seemed like everybody in the world was tuned in to the World Cup, man. So yeah, shout out to Spain for winning the World Cup. We can't wait for the next one. They said Messi may or may not be available for the next one. I think he'll be and 43 on the next one, I believe. But you know, we see what LeBron James have done, and we've seen what other athletes, Tom Brady, other athletes that has done. We'll see about that, man. But let's get to what we need to get to. So if we could, if we
yes, sir.
Now, this to me was jaw dropping. It was shocking. It was exciting news. But LeBron James has taken his talent from the Los Angeles Lakers, where he spent 8 seasons, won 1 championship, and now he comes back to the Eastern Conference with the Philadelphia 76ers, who wasn't even on the radar when this first opened up, when he was going to be a free agent. Nobody would have put their money on him going to the 76ers, to the 76ers made that trade for Jaylen Brown, bring him over. And now some would say so that the 76ers have now developed a super team. Talk to me about what was your first initial reaction when you heard that LeBron James was going to the 76ers?
First of all, Jody, this is a team you picked him going to. You said when it comes to basketball, this would be the best spot for him because he don't have to be the superstar on this team. He can take nights off. They have so much young talent on this roster. LeBron James can just sit back and just average double-digit assists every game with the talent they have on this team. He don't have to play defense anymore, which he's already struggling at that lately the last couple of years since he's getting older. I think it's a perfect spot for him. People are going to criticize LeBron James no matter what he does. So at this point, he's probably, I don't give a fuck. If I get me another ring or two, they can say all they want to say, but I have 5 or 6 rings before I get out of here. I like the location. I like where he's at. The East is a little bit easier to get out of than the West. We already know that. There was no really good spot for him in the West if he wants to go back to the championship. So now, in the East, they got a powerhouse there. They just got to hope that Joel Embiid's kneecaps hold up. We'll see if that happens. But other than that, that team is stacked.
Yeah, the team is extremely stacked, and we got my nephew in the building. Once I get everything situated, but yeah, the team is definitely stacked, man. And I want to get right into. We got Donald, the voice of the youth, in the building, man. And I know Donald, you have been always preaching about better teams. The better team can win championships. It doesn't matter who's the coach. Is the better team, the players. Donald, talk to me about what it is that you thought when LeBron James went over to the 76ers.
He hinted at it last week. I kind of thought it was. I don't think it was the best move for him to win a championship. I mean, well, probably was, but I honestly don't think it's about a championship. I think he wants to play and put up more records and just put people further back in the rear view. They win. But I think the relationship with Maxey meant a lot because him and Maxey really tight. And I think the other things didn't get done as far as a move. He wanted a team to trade for Kyrie or trade for Anthony Davis, and he would go. And Philly was just the best landing spot with those things not happening.
Okay. Well, what's up to my man Jamario Nelson in the building? What's up, my boy C-Dub for life? He said they about to be a problem, but they still ain't messing with the Atlanta Hawks. The New York Knicks are messing with the Atlanta Hawks.
The Atlanta Hawks ain't messing with nobody.
Hey, didn't the Hawks just score again didn't the Knicks just score again on the Hawks? Didn't they beat them with like 70 in that last game? But yeah. Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and let's get to this LeBron James situation. Now, I said the reason why I said this is the best basketball spot for him a couple weeks ago because of the talent that they had. If he wanted to get a ring, I thought it was more. I'm gonna be honest. I thought the news was gonna be him going to Miami or Cleveland. I thought those are the last two. But then when I saw 76ers had made that trade for Jaylen Brown, I said, oh, he can come in here and be the 4th best player on this team, and he'll be just fine. He'll be the best 4th option in NBA history. There's no other option better than LeBron James. And let's keep it real. LeBron James is still a top 25 player in the NBA right now. He's definitely still top 25. I think he's still top 3 on small forwards. He's one of the best facilitators out there. So I really think that LeBron James going to the 76ers I'm going to disagree with you, Donald. It is about winning the championship because there's no other reason. He has no other ties. You said he tight with Tyreke Maxey. He tight with everybody in the NBA. Everybody he got everybody's number in their phone. I'm pretty sure whatever team he would have went to, he would have said, I got a good relationship with that person. Like if you go back and if he was to go to Golden State, he would say, I got a tight relationship with Steph Curry. If he would have went to the Cleveland, he was like, oh, I'm really cool with Donovan Mitchell. So I don't think it's about relationships for LeBron James. At first, everybody was like, he's in LA because of the opportunities to be with his son and watch his son play basketball. And now it's just like this right here for sure has to be a championship grab. He signed a 2-year deal, and what is he? He 2 championships behind Michael Jordan. I think he's like, okay, this is an opportunity where we could possibly tie Michael Jordan with 6 rings. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like the move per se, but I like the move for LeBron because I think LeBron needs to play basketball as long as he can. So I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
How long can LeBron James play? How long? What age do you think can he play to the age 48 maybe?
How old is he now? He's
He's
40,
42. 42,
42. Well, with
I
this
believe.
roster, if these this core of young players they have, he don't have to be the big dog anymore. His minutes are going to go way down if they choose to have that. He can play another 3 years, I would say, at a pretty high level. LeBron James, bro, at this point, bro, the brother can average a double in his sleep with this roster. So he's not going to. He's going to go out every night. Every now and then he'll come out and hit you a 30-point game. But I think at this point he's like it's a perfect landing spot. I don't have to be the big dog on the roster because he was carrying the Lakers. He was supposed to get Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis was supposed to help him out. That nigga just can't stay healthy. So, and then he got Luka. Oh, Luka's gonna be Luka's team. Then Luka got hurt. I don't think that's gonna be an issue with the Sixers. Even if they lose one of their players, they still got 2 or 3 really good top tier players. I think it's a good spot for him. I really do, man. People gonna hate on LeBron because for some reason people hate this man. He's an American dream, if you ask me. Who's gonna play him in the movie? Maybe Bronny because he's not gonna be playing basketball much longer. But yeah, I like the move for the Sixers and LeBron. I think they can win another championship or 2. I can see it happening.
Okay, Donald, what is it? What do you think about this? Like, how long can LeBron James play, and how long? Because everybody, I'm seeing people say, "Well, he should retire." I don't think he should retire because why? Like you say it all the time. Why retire when you still are one of the best players in the NBA? Like, it's not like his skills have diminished so far that he's not one of the better players in the NBA. He's not Kevin Garnett going to the Brooklyn Nets or the New Jersey Nets, whatever they were when he went to them. He's not Paul Pierce going to the Clippers. He's LeBron James, he's still an all NBA type of player. Donald, talk to me about that.
I never seen people. I've never seen this in my life that a guy averaged what he averaged and is still doing what he do. People want him to retire. The only thing I could think of is it's like I think it's becoming harder and harder for people to I think it's becoming harder for people to say he's not the one. And because of that, they don't want to creep into another championship. They don't want certain records to go so far along that nobody can ever break them. That's the only thing because I've never seen somebody say go retire and you're like a 27-7 guy. Like I've never seen it. So I don't think you ever will see it again. And I just don't understand. You got to think he just won a playoff series with us on the roster at what 41 at what 42.
Yeah.
Guys, you got to think it's got at 42, 43 years old. You got to think it's guys that we say the greatest of all time that couldn't win a playoff series at 22 with that roster.
Right. That's very true. What's up to my man Paul? What's up, my man, with the extra point? Paul in the building, man. That's our guy. We got my man Richard Norvell in the building. What's up? He said, "What's up to the fellas?" We
What's
got
good?
Asia. Asia says, "So what's up, fam? What's going on, sis? Hope you doing your thing out there." And then Richard said he think he can play until he's about 45, 46. But let's also address the elephant in the room. So we understand about his age. We understand this is LeBron. How does this, and I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I know these are questions that's asked on every podcast that anybody that got lips that can talk. How does this affect his legacy? So
To me, it don't affect him at all. But there's gonna be a lot of haters out there, man. I think he's just fine. No matter what LeBron does, man, he's gonna be criticized. I mean, if he came out yesterday and said he's gonna retire, people gonna say, "Oh, you only retiring because people don't want him anymore." It's just no matter what he does, people gonna criticize this man. To me, he's done nothing but great things for the NBA. For some reason, people hate this man. Stop comparing him to Michael Jordan. Stop doing that shit. I wish people stop doing that and just think of the greatness. I've criticized LeBron in the past. Don't get me wrong. But I'm not going to sit here and say that this man's not one of the best players that ever played. To sit there and shit on this man like he hasn't done nothing but come out of high school, live up to all the hype. Does he have a bad hairline? So what? I do too. But LeBron James is one of the best players ever. It just bothers me that people criticize this man like he wasn't. He never got caught cheating on his wife. He don't have no outside kids. He don't have none of this crazy drama going on. Only thing people criticize this man for is the decision.
now,
Was that kind of shitty? Oh yeah, but no one's perfect. People make mistakes, man. It is what it is. Just show this man some respect for what he's done for the NBA and stop being a fucking hater and wishing you lived his life. Because the man had a great life so far.
this is my problem. So on what you said that this man, his legacy would be tarnished. But in retrospect, so let's think about it. You talk about stuff that ain't got nothing to do. You talking about stuff that ain't got nothing to do with basketball. him not cheating on his wife ain't got nothing to do with basketball.
That's
Him
all part of it, brother.
that ain't got nothing to do with if he can dribble the ball. And I'm talking about his actual legacy on the court. I ain't talking about his legacy as a person. Because now LeBron James has went to he was drafted into Cleveland. He went from Cleveland, made the decision going to Miami. Um, he went from he went from Miami. He went from Miami to he went from Miami to LA.
Yeah.
So my thing is it's a lot going on. We got to put Donald back in. I think he got removed.
No, he's there. There he is.
No, I got to bring him back in. But I don't know what's going on. Let me add him back. But yeah, I just disagree. I think him playing with all them teams is hurting. Is to me is slightly hurting the legacy of LeBron James, man.
Why?
So
Why, Joey? Why you?
I just think that I mean, how you gonna say that you the greatest player of all time when you keep going to different organizations and different teams because they are loaded with talent? Like and I'm not saying you got to go. It's great that LeBron James is picking where he wants to go, but my thing is. He is one of the greatest. I say he's third best. I still would. It's nothing that he can do at this point in time in his career that's going to, in my mind, that's going to put him over Kobe and definitely not over Michael. If we're talking about comparison, but I hate to compare because this guy is the greatest of our era, and I just think that him going to Philadelphia now. What happens if they don't win in Philadelphia? And this team is completely stacked. We haven't even got to that where they have Joel Embiid, former MVP. They have Maxey, who was an all-star, all-NBA player. They got Jaylen Brown, who was just the Finals MVP, as Mike would like to say, in Eastern Conference MVP, has a championship. All second team, all NBA player just a year ago. You got Escom, all rookie team. We forget about on the bench. They got Phylon. They went and got Dean Wade from Cleveland. So this team is stacked. They have opportunities to play with players off the bench, and they also have guys that can play in the starting lineup. You can rest Joel Embiid 60, 70 games, and he only got to play like 15 games. I'm serious. Like, let's be real. And if you look at the Eastern Conference, a lot of teams don't have bench players. So if you go to Miami, who got Giannis, they don't really have a bench. Cleveland, their problem to me was they didn't have a bench. Detroit they can't match the talent of these guys. The Knicks are the returning champs, but we know how hard it is to repeat. And then who is coaching the Philadelphia 76ers right now? So
Nick Nurse.
Nick Nurse, he a championship winner. He a championship winning coach.
Okay, Joel, a question. Okay. Say, for example, you're LeBron James. You get to pick the team you want to go to. You're in his situation. Am I supposed to pick a team that don't have as much talent just to make all these different NBA fans happy? What am I supposed to do here? I mean, I'm going to pick a team. I got a chance to win a championship. Why wouldn't I pick the 76ers if I look at their roster? Well, look at Miami's roster. Like you just said, they don't have a bench. And we all know Giannis, the last couple of years, has been injury prone. And Bam got 80-something points in that game, but he ain't going to average that for the season. So I'm just saying, what is the perfect situation that people think is going to not put tarnish on this man's legacy?
It's not a perfect situation. It's a perfect situation. He would have stayed his ass in Cleveland. That would have been a perfect situation.
You got we want to compare him to what Michael Jordan did.
I know.
No, a lot of people do. I'm not saying I'm just talking about us. A lot of people compare him to what Michael Jordan. Well, Jordan didn't ever leave, or Kobe never left, but those organizations helped him win championships. He helped those guys win at a high level. I mean, Jordan always had really good teams.
Oh, whoa, stop. So I got to stop you. So you telling me the Lakers didn't go get – so Luka Doncic is not better than Scottie Pippen?
I don't know. Luka ain't won shit.
I'm talking about if you talking about best players, all-time ranking is Luka Doncic and Scottie Pippen on the same level?
Not yet.
Okay. So you're saying Scottie Pippen better than Luka Doncic? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah. Right now.
So you saying that Scottie Pippen is better than Luka Doncic?
What the fuck has Luka done?
It ain't about that. What has Scottie done without Mike?
Well, what has Luka done at all? He ain't done shit.
He took his team to the finals. What are you talking about?
He lost.
He took a team full of misfits to the fucking finals.
He lost.
Scottie Pippen had an opportunity to take the Portland Trailblazers to the goddamn finals, and he didn't get them there.
No,
so, and he listen. Hold on. Let me get Donald back and keep switching in and out. So knocking my rhythm off, man.
I can't believe I'm here. I'm on defending LeBron James like I am on this show. This is crazy.
This is what I'm saying. So you can't say that organizations are not helping LeBron James, because last time I checked in LA, didn't they trade for Anthony Davis while he was there?
Anthony Davis stayed hurt the whole time he was there.
That's not what I'm asking you. Did they not trade for Anthony Davis while he was there?
Yes, they did. But what Anthony Davis do? Spend all this time sitting on the phone.
That ain't what I'm asking. It did not help. They helped Michael Jordan and they helped Kobe Bryant. But you're saying organizations didn't help LeBron James?
I'm saying not at the same level as those other guys.
They did. It's just because Anthony Davis is better than anybody that, let's keep it real. Skill for skill, Anthony Davis is better than Scottie Pippen.
Skills mean nothing if you're sitting on the bench with street clothes.
But he won a championship.
He only won it. If it wasn't for COVID, he wouldn't have won no championship because the nigga would have been hurt. He got 3 months off because of COVID, bro. Think about when the NBA championship was that year during the COVID season. I want to say it was in November or something like that, because they gave him all that time off. Because they stopped the season. They picked it back up down there at Disney. So Anthony Davis got like 3 months off to get healthy. I'll tell you, bro, if it wasn't for that, they probably won no damn championship.
I'm understanding what you're saying, but this is where I'm coming from, and I'm about to let Donald jump in here real quick. But where I'm coming from is you can't say because the player didn't pan out that they didn't do things for LeBron James. Even go back to when he was in Miami. He brought in Ray Allen. Without Ray Allen, he doesn't win the championship in Miami. So they acquired players to help LeBron James. We can't stop saying that organizations didn't help him. Now, Cleveland may have not helped him the first time because they didn't want to give up was the one dude they didn't want to give up to get Amari Stoudemire, J.J. Hickson. But my thing is, let's be real. In Miami, they acquired players to help him. When he came back to Cleveland, what was the first thing they did? They traded the #1 pick to go get Kevin Love. Can we stop saying LeBron James didn't get fucking help along the way?
I never said he didn't have help.
But how much sense does this make? When after they won a championship 2020, whenever it was, and he asked them, let's run it back. Rob Pelinka said, no, we're gonna get rid of all the players to help us win the championship. It made no sense. Like the stuff that they do, like it just make that just made no sense from a franchise. It was no sense in the way you beat the Denver Nuggets when y'all run was Anthony Davis playing the 4. You had JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard, Rondo. That's how you did it. Pelinka said, I'm not bringing any of them back. So what happens? The following 3 years, they lose to a player, Joker, who nobody can stop now because you get rid of the players who you had to stop them. That just made no sense.
I mean, I understand that. And my man Jamario said Anthony Davis is not better than Scottie Pippen. When has Scottie Pippen led a team by himself? I'll wait.
When Davis led a team by himself?
Who was in New Orleans?
Nigga, they ain't win shit in New Orleans.
They made it to the playoffs. Did you see New Orleans roster?
Nigga, half the teams in the league make it to the playoffs.
Scottie Pippen won more by himself than Anthony Davis did.
Say what?
Scottie Pippen's team by himself was better than Anthony Davis was.
Yeah. I think that's a true argument. Anthony Davis, if we're gonna have a show if Scottie Pippen's better than Anthony. We're looking at Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen was never a #1, and when he was a #1. I'm not saying Scottie Pippen's not a dope player. Don't get me wrong. Scottie Pippen is one of the best of all time. But we acting like Anthony Davis is trash.
No, I never said that.
I believe Anthony Davis is better. I believe that everybody now, for the most part, is just flat out better than guys back then. But I believe that.
Going too far.
But Donald,
good thing. Scottie Pippen was probably a top 5 player in the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, I can say that.
So if Scottie Pippen was a top 5 player in the NBA, have y'all ever what season have we ever named Anthony Davis as a top 5 player in the NBA? We have. I think Anthony Davis. I think when Anthony Davis came from New Orleans, he was considered a top 5 player. That's why LeBron James wanted him. I think he's that good, but I just never seen him be better than Bron, KD, Kawhi. Like it's certain players I've never seen him be better than. And that's because of what Soul said, his injury history. But we know his ability is there. He's a bad boy, for sure. And then, so Jamario said, what about 94 when he took the Bulls to the Eastern Conference Final? He still didn't average more points than Anthony Davis.
And
Well,
that team,
the game has changed so much, Joe. We know this, man. These brothers are asked to do different things than they were back. The game was a lot slower than it was now. Everybody gonna get up more shots and more opportunities. The players are asked to do different things back then than they are now. So you'll see the numbers are gonna be higher than what they were back then. You know
listen,
that.
I agree with that. I'm just saying, pound for pound, if Scottie Pippen, of course, they're gonna have him rated because he played more games. So you're absolutely correct, and Jamario, you're absolutely correct. But skill for skill, Anthony Davis is one of the best players we ever seen in the NBA. Skill for skill. I mean, the guy was when he could play defense, he could play offense, he could lead the team. We've seen that. He can score, he can rebound, he can block shots, he can handle the ball. Like it's nothing Anthony Davis can do, but only thing he can't do is fucking stay healthy. That's
a big part of it, Jody.
That's one thing he can't do.
Bad dude.
They said, look at that nigga sitting on the bench over there. Boy, if we had him, we would be all ass tonight.
Hey, Anthony Davis got more street clothes. He should model street clothes because
you know what's crazy? I guarantee he played more than 70 games this year.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he will.
Listen. Just go back and
play. I'll take that bet.
Andy, he never missed that many games in a contract year.
True. He never does.
He never does.
But look, Donald, and I'm gonna add you to this, and we're gonna continue on with this LeBron James situation because this is major news. But like Soul said that teams help Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant more than they helped in LeBron. Do you agree with that?
I do believe that. But what I do believe is I believe LeBron understood to abuse his power more than those guys, and he abused his power and got things done himself. He basically went there and said, without them, no me. Just like he made a statement the other day. He said that he learned so much from Jay-Z, and he got to understanding my power, your power and the way you move in business, and you understand that how powerful you are, you abuse it to get done what you want done. I think he understood that either more than those guys, or the NBA didn't respect those guys' power more. Because even when Mike wanted Phil back, it's no way you say I'm getting rid of him anyway, and Mike's in on the back. So they didn't respect his power as much as they respected LeBron's power.
But the players have way more power now than what they did back then. That's for damn
right. Yeah, they respect the power.
Oh yeah.
Wait, Richard Novell said Scottie wasn't good just because wasn't good. I never said when did I say Scottie Pippen wasn't good? Did I say Scottie Pippen wasn't good?
No, you didn't say that.
Okay, I'm just making sure because he said Scottie wasn't good just because his scoring. He was one of the best all around players. So Anthony Davis not a good all around player. I'm confused when you one of the top rebounders, block shot guys, play at both ends of the score. You a double. You're a walking double. I don't understand how he's not an all around player just because he ain't bringing the ball up court.
Hey, Jody, you think when they put Anthony Davis in the Hall of Fame, that his uniform should be like a Gucci outfit, one of those things you throw on the side?
But going back to what Donald said, man, this is my thing. I think that LeBron James has had more organizations trying to help him out more than either one of those teams. This is the same guy that brought his own partner, Dwayne Wade, on the. Y'all forgot when Dwayne Wade went to Cleveland?
Yeah, that was a joke.
He brought D Rose to Cleveland. This dude brought everybody over to Cleveland. He Miami. He got everybody he wanted in Miami. You know what I'm saying? He went to LA. He got rid of everybody on that team. Lonzo Ball, remember, he was on that team. Russell was on that team. All those players that Kobe had, and all those players, Julius Randle, all those guys that got drafted by LA was gone to satisfy what LeBron James wanted. Just because the results didn't end up being what Kobe's and Michael's was, don't mean that he didn't get as much help with the organization.
That doesn't mean he's a good GM. He also told the Miami Heat they should draft. Who's that little guard that they drafted? And he ended up leaving Miami anyway. The little point guard from UConn they drafted.
Oh, Napier.
Yeah, y'all should draft him. Yeah. No one ever said that he was going to be a great GM. That's for damn sure.
Let me ask you this. So the Cleveland Cavaliers didn't do what he said. He went to Miami. He put a super team together. He went back to Cleveland. He told them, "I don't want no rookies, so get rid of this number one pick and go get some players, go get some players now." Right? He came. So he won a championship in Miami. He did that. Won a championship in Cleveland. He went to he goes to LA. I want Anthony Davis. We win a championship now. Now you strip him of his power in LA. Y'all can't win no more. So, well, something tells me that's what y'all should be listening to.
Well, do you think he's going to have? Now that takes me to my next question before we go on to our next segment. Jamario says Scottie Pippen was LeBron before LeBron. No, Grant Hill was Scottie Pippen. I mean, was LeBron before LeBron. I think Grant Hill. And okay, now let me ask you a question before I even go to. So was Grant Hill better than Pippen?
No.
So Grant Hill wasn't better than Pippen?
Yeah.
Okay. Grant Hill played like 3 healthy seasons.
6. He played 6 healthy seasons. Was all NBA 4 of them. First team all NBA 4 of those seasons.
Longevity.
Come on, bro.
Say no.
Okay,
I like Grant Hill. He was going to be a dog. He just couldn't stay healthy. He was really good.
He played 6 seasons though.
So how many points? How far does longevity take you?
That's what I'm saying, Donald. Donald, was Scottie Pippen better than Grant Hill during that time where they played? During that time when he was with the Bulls and he was with Detroit, who was better?
I'm gonna take. If I had a pick, I'm gonna probably take Grant Hill.
I'm gonna take Scottie Pippen would have took Grant Hill those years when he was when he was at Detroit. There was no small forward in basketball better than Grant Hill when he was in Detroit. Now, after he tore his ankle up, yes, okay. But he played 6 years. He was all NBA first team 4 of those years. Name somebody that can do that. Scottie Pippen didn't go all NBA 4 times. For first team all NBA. There you go. And he said, put some respect on Scottie. How am I not putting respect? Grant Hill. Y'all ain't putting respect on Grant Hill's name.
Grant Hill was a great college player.
No, he was great in Detroit. Oh, look at his numbers in Detroit.
I think Scottie Pippen probably top 5 of all time. I'm not allowed to say that because it diminishes Mike's legacy to say he got somebody that good on his team, and I understand that point of view that people come with. But I honestly think Scottie Pippen is a top 5 small forward of all time.
Yeah, I mean, let's hold on. I don't think he's top 5 though. Let's talk about it real quick.
Ooh, that's I don't know.
Okay, Donald, you give me your top 5. So you give me your top 5, I give you mine, and then we'll get ready to talk about some other stuff.
Number 1, LeBron James.
Okay, yeah.
Number 2, Larry Bird.
Got it.
Number 3, Kevin Durant.
Okay.
Number 4, probably like a Dr. J.
Yeah.
Number 5, Scottie Pippen.
So you think Scottie Pippen better than Kawhi Leonard?
Yeah. Okay. Just because I think he's greater. I don't think he's better in basketball. I think he's greater. I think his resume from what he done is Scottie Pippen, the longevity and stuff is greater. Now, better? No. I think, honestly, the best is LeBron, Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, and Larry Bird, and
Dr. J.
Carmelo Anthony or somebody is better.
Okay. So give me your top 5.
I like Donald's list. I'm gonna go LBJ 1. I'm gonna go Larry Legend 2. Number 3, I'll go Kevin Durant. I'll go Kevin Durant. Then the Doc. Then I'll put Scottie at 5.
Okay, so everybody kind of got the consensus top 5 because I'm going. Only thing I would change on that list is I will put Dr. J at 3 over Kevin Durant.
I kind of battle with that too. I agree with that. I mean, they could be either one. You can't go wrong with either guy.
I ain't mad at it.
Hey, why did Jamario say Grant Hill didn't win shit? Grant Hill wasn't playing with Michael Jordan either. How many championships did Scottie Pippen win without Michael Jordan? I'll wait.
Guess we'll never know.
We'll never know. No, we do know. Because when Jordan retired, he didn't win shit either.
It don't matter. He won.
When he went to Houston with Charles Barkley, with Hakeem Olajuwon, he didn't win shit. He went to Portland.
All them niggas was
it doesn't matter, bro. Bro, them niggas are still putting up numbers. We always talk about how old a player is when they don't perform at the high level. But my thing is, Scottie Pippen was still not in his prime, but he was still playing good basketball. You forget when Charles Barkley retired from Cleveland, from the Rockets, he was averaging 17 and 13. Olajuwon was still putting up double-doubles. Then when he went to Portland, so why didn't he win in Portland? Portland had a squad. The Portland Jailblazers, Rasheed Wallace, Jermaine O'Neal, Scottie Pippen, Steve Smith, Bonzi Wells.
They had a nice squad.
They had a great squad, and they didn't win. They had a 15-point lead going into the 4th quarter, and they couldn't buy a fucking bucket against the Lakers. So people need to miss me with all this Scottie Pippen winning all these championships when he didn't win shit without Mike. And then people are like, well, Mike didn't win without Scottie. Mike was still the greatest before Scottie got there. He was all NBA every year besides his rookie year. Come on, y'all, man. Let's stop it, man.
Well, Scottie was a perfect Robin for that situation. You already talking
exactly.
about perfect. He was a perfect fit for being on that Jordan roster.
Exactly. And he said Scottie Pippen was first team all NBA threes. Grant Hill did in 6 years. He was 4-time first team all NBA. Well, in 6 years.
When Grant Hill first got in the league, the Pistons didn't have shit. He was definitely their number one option on that roster, no matter what. I mean, he was going to get all the opportunities. Not to saying that he wasn't a great player, but he on that roster, it was all about Grant Hill.
Wasn't Joe Dumars still on that roster? Wasn't Joe Dumars the Hall of Joe Dumars the Hall of Famer? The Hall of Famer. Wasn't he on that roster?
Joe Dumars is a really good role player. Joe Dumars.
That ain't what I asked you. Is he a Hall of Famer?
Yes, a lot of people are Hall of Famers. So was Cynthia Cooper.
But I'm just saying, Joe Dumars was a Hall of Famer. We diminishing what he done.
I'm not diminishing. I'm just saying he's not on the same level as some of the other players.
I'm not saying he's on the same level. I'm just saying that Allen Houston, Joe Dumars, both of those guys was on the team with Grant Hill. And Grant Hill made it to the playoffs with that roster. And then he said, come on, Grant Hill was a whole team. Look, y'all please go check the numbers before y'all say that. Go check the numbers on the Pistons.
What did he say about Grant Hill?
He said Grant Hill was a whole team. No, go check the numbers on when Grant Hill was there. Allen Houston was averaging over 20 points a game on that roster. Joe Dumars was on that roster as well. Come on, man, don't do that. Don't do that. The Pistons were still making the playoffs in the 90s under Grant Hill. That's how Grant Hill tore his ankle up, because when he hurt his ankle, if he would have just had the surgery, he had to prove that he was a tough guy, because they said Duke, sorry, Donald, they said Duke didn't produce tough guys, and Grant Hill tried to prove that he was a tough guy, played on a bad ankle that he tore it up to where it couldn't be repaired, because he was trying to prove how tough he was. Look that up. But back to what we were saying. Once again, man, our sponsor of Against the Grain Sports is Michael Wright, attorney at law. Man, you have any legal issues that's going on, workman's comp, wrongful death, any of that stuff, just call Mike at 937-222-7477. You can call him anywhere in all the 50 states, in any city that you live in. So it doesn't matter if you're in Atlanta, no matter if you're in Colorado, it could be in Australia. Well, you can't call in Australia, but you can. That'd be great if he can reach you from Australia, but I'm pretty sure he can make some things happen. So give him a call, Michael Wright, attorney at law. But man, let's get so give me a final thought on LeBron going to 76ers, and then we'll move on.
Well, like I said, if they stay healthy and they got to work on their chemistry, like you said, Joe, that LeBron gets along with everybody in the NBA. That's why the game is so different now. Once they gel and get their chemistry right, LeBron can fit in on any roster. I think they're going to be hell to beat in that Eastern Conference.
Okay, Donald, give me a final thought on LeBron going to 76.
Oh, like Soul said, that chemistry thing. The only thing is, I feel like you got to sit Embiid out the first 50 games, but I just don't know how you get the chemistry without him being there also. But for some reason, I just think he's gonna magically be healthy now. Stuff just work like that. But I do think if they're all playing, I think they gotta because they're gonna be real good defensively. That's what I really believe, because they can all move and switch. They're all athletes. So therefore, I think they got a real good chance of actually coming out of the East and potentially winning the championship.
Okay. Hey, what's good? Kathy in the building. What's going on, Kathy? I'm glad you can join us. This is my thought process on this one. For a championship, is on paper, there's no team. They gotta have in Vegas, they had to shoot up the number one. There's no team that can compete with this roster on paper. No team. The Knicks, I know y'all just won. Jay Kane said no matter what they brought in, they're going to still repeat. Well, you can say that because you won a championship, but you had said that 50 other years prior to them winning that championship. So I guess if you keep saying it,
let them have a shine, dog.
I'm just saying, if you keep saying it, you're going to eventually be right if you just keep saying it. No, I'm joking with you. But on this one, I'm looking like this, man. Basketball-wise, if they don't win, it's a epic flop. I'm going to say, if they don't win the championship this year, I don't care who get hurt, because out of all this, we're not mentioning Jaylen Brown on that roster. Guys, we looking at all these guys that can carry a roster. We're talking about guys that can carry a roster without having anybody else in that roster. Jaylen Brown carried the Boston Celtics majority of the season. We know that Joel Embiid can carry a roster when healthy. We know that Tyreke Maxey because Joel Embiid was out. He can carry a roster, and we know that LeBron James has carried many of rosters. Let's not forget about Escom. I'm telling you, they were able to get Filine, LeBaron Filine from Alabama. I told him even before LeBron came on, I said this could be the steal of the draft. So you got this guy that can come off the bench and give you 10 points a game. You got really Kelly Oubre because Kelly Oubre was hindering you on the offensive end. Great defensive player, but he couldn't hit the side of a barn when he shot the ball. If Philadelphia does not win a championship both seasons while LeBron James is there, it's epic fail. Epic fail.
Both seasons.
Both seasons.
Hey, Jody, there's a rumor floating around that the Mavericks and Sixers are talking about a trade to trade Kyrie to Philly, and Philly gives them Escom and that young kid, that Phylon kid they just drafted. That's the rumor.
Ooh, man, that's overkill though. That's overkill. So that's overkill. Like y'all got enough scoring. Any given, they got 5 guys on their roster, including Escom, that can go for 30.
Yeah, because Maxi's already the point guard. You bring in Kyrie, that way you gonna make him the shooting guard. I don't think that works.
Listen. I need you to stitch this. If anybody listen to our listeners around the world, because we've been having millions of listeners and viewers, mark my word. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. If the Philadelphia 76ers with LeBron James does not win the championship, I don't care nothing about chemistry. I don't care nothing about coaching. I don't care nothing about injuries. If they do not win a championship, it is an epic failure.
We can say the same thing about your Spurs if they don't win it this year.
They didn't get LeBron James. Who else did we get? We got Tobias Harris. So Tobias Harris is equal to LeBron James.
The Spurs didn't need nobody else. They just need to play better in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, we need Chris Paul. We need to bring back Avery Johnson. Shit.
do we understand what we're saying though?
Go ahead. What?
And it can be a failure and all that, but do we understand that we're still saying somebody going to a team at 42 years old is a failure if they don't win a championship?
It ain't even Donald.
That just speaks to one's greatness, because it wasn't a failure if they didn't win it before he got there.
It would have been a failure. I was already saying, dude, they got Jaylen Brown. Ain't that Batman? They went and got Jaylen Brown. And Donald, I know you've been working nights, but I had said on that, when they got Phylon, even if they wouldn't have got LeBron James, they were one of the favorites to win when they got, I told you, I was more impressed with them getting Phylon than not Jaylen Brown, of course, but when they drafted Phylon, man, I thought Phylon was a lottery pick. And when he dropped to like 21 or 22 whenever 76ers pick, I said, oh, this is the move. I'm telling you, Phylon could be a superstar. I ain't gonna say he could be a star. But we're not gonna be able to see that on this roster. Let somebody get hurt, we won't see how good Phylon gonna be into his second contract.
Just imagine, they shouldn't. Phylon could take his place, but I just don't. They gave away Jared McCain, which would have fit perfect with them for nothing.
He been gone.
That's what I'm saying. They gave him away last year. They gave him away for no reason.
I think he played because he played one season in Oklahoma.
And then you try to draft another scorer like Phylon. I don't know. Teams just be doing stuff.
Hey, big shout out to our man Ray, more than just a barber Lindsay. He said he totally agreed with me. He said win or bust for the 76ers. And I thought, if LeBron James would have went to Miami, it would have been win or bust. If he would have went to Cleveland, I wouldn't have said it so much. But if he would have went to Miami, the 76ers, the Spurs, OKC, those are win or bust situations, bro. In this, come on, Philly was probably the favorite, even with LeBron out, not coming to the Philly.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of pressure, like you said, Jolie. No matter where LeBron James goes, if they don't win a championship or close to it, he's gonna get criticized. That's what they do. Oh yeah, that's just part of it.
Bro, I agree with you. So he gonna get criticized if he win. He gonna get criticized if he lose. He gonna get criticized if he retire. If this nigga tie his shoe up wrong. Because now I will, before we get to our next topic, hold on. Donald, do you believe that Bronny James will find his way on this 76er roster?
I think Bronny James gonna find his way out the league, man. He may. I can't say he won't. He may, but yeah, that criticism Bron gonna get no matter what. I think the greatest thing that Bron ever said was, and I hope he actually feel like this. All right, we lost. This is when they lost in the face, so we lost. I'm okay. You people got to wake up and have the same problems you got. It doesn't matter what y'all say.
I don't like that though.
Why not?
I don't like that because. The reason why I don't like that is because that's really a real smug type of. Now, if you're gonna say it about basketball, but you play basketball, and if nobody tuned into basketball, you wouldn't be a millionaire, brother.
Just the thing is, right, that they're commenting on other stuff. Like, what do? You be set? No, I'm okay. I lost the game. That's over with. That was last night. We'll be all right. You got to
I,
wake up. I
I
don't have
think
to. I don't have to go to work and have the same problem. My life is okay whether I win or lose.
I think we get criticized as much as LeBron James does over in his career. He just snapped at the moment. He was probably wrong to say that shit. But he's like, man, you motherfuckers been fucking with me. You know what? I'm gonna snap back a little bit. He normally don't say anything, but that was during. I think they lost the finals to my Dallas Mavericks. That's when he made those comments. So I get it, man. People get tired of criticism all the time. God damn.
So I get what you're saying, but my thing is, he could have said I'm all right, but to say that we got to live our life,
Yeah,
come on, bro, that's a bit excessive. Like if he said I'm all right, we got next year, I'm okay with that. If he said I'm all right, we get back in the gym, but to sit up there and say y'all got the same problem, but we the reason why you getting paid is crazy work.
Well, I know, Joe. Sometimes in life we say things we regret. I'm pretty sure he regrets saying that. I mean, but it's not a microphone in our face every time we say something. So
True.
I'm pretty sure we've all said some fucked up shit over the years.
I agree. I'm just saying.
I think what he did just now was kind of bad. It was petty.
What's that?
About the stuff that he knew he was gonna go there over a week ago.
Yeah.
When dude said the stuff about the schedule, like we need you to make a decision for the schedule. They say he's supposed to make it like a couple days before that. He said basically, y'all keep saying I'm not that important. But go on without me.
But LeBron, know he is. He need to quit that diva shit. You've been that important since you was 14 years old, bro.
Right. So your media, stop trying to make it like I'm not that important. You know, guys going there saying, well, nobody wants him. He can't do this. He don't have no leverage. Stop doing that. So now
I agree.
Go ahead and make the schedule and go on without me.
I agree with that. This is the thing. A couple shows ago, I said that we compare LeBron James' decision to an Instagram model. And was we spot on so because he didn't remember we said he is not going to make his decision till the World Cup was over. Yep. There was no way he was going to make his decision while the World Cup was going on. And what did we say on Against the Grain Sport? Y'all better start tuning in. On Against the Grain Sport, we said we would compare his decision making to Ray J dropping the sex tape. Because he had to be, LeBron had to be the center of the universe. And that's the only problem people have with LeBron. I love LeBron James as an athlete. I respect his game. I think he's one of the best top 3 to ever do it. But his diva-ness is what makes people not want to fuck with him. You see what I'm saying? Like, LeBron's a very likable guy. He seems very cool. He seems very humble because he had to be in the spotlight. But he says some shit or does some shit that divas do, that Instagram models do. When he wasn't getting no attention, that motherfucker show a titty. Hey, LeBron is show a titty in a minute. I'm telling
you. I told you, Joey. I told you. All that go back to the Kanye West lyric. Kanye said, "It's hard to be humble when you stunting on the jumbotron." Everybody looking at me.
Speaking of Instagram, whoever LeBron team to put together that video, they was top tier. They need an award because
which video are you talking about, Dom?
When he made the announcement and it's Meek Mill playing from Meek Mill from Philly and it was playing in the back and then he said, "This is what y'all been waiting on. You ready?" And he make the announcement and then it go into him dunking and say, "Oh, y'all thought I was finished?" You know? I said, the PR team on point.
Hey guys, I'll tell you one thing. What he better get ready for. The Philly fans are fucking brutal.
The worst.
If they go out there and lose a big game, they motherfuckers boo Santa Claus. They boo Michael Irvin when he was damn paralyzed on the football field. So these some bitches are brutal. So be ready for that.
Yeah, Philly ain't gonna play with you. They booed Jalen Hurts and he just won them a Super Bowl. But
yeah, they never happy. They're very angry.
Those are the fans I believe don't deserve to win.
I mean, they throw batteries at people. What are we doing here? What are you doing batteries at?
Y'all talk about Cleveland fans. Y'all better get the hell out of here. Kathy said, "Don't worry, LeBron James is going to get Balco to help him." So she said,
"Wow,
that's crazy work." Ray said, 42 or not, he's supposed to bring knowledge to the team. And then Kathy said, "You did it. You called it, Jody." And she remembered me saying this. But let's go on, man. We talked the whole. Once again, LeBron James got down there an hour of our show. That's the power of LeBron James. Let's keep it all the way real. But this one really hit home for me and a lot of other people around the sports world, man. They may not have the same sentiments that we have, but ESPN, they say it was a layoff. They had supposedly laid off Ryan Clark. They supposedly, Cam Newton, Carl Radley, just to name some of the bigger names that was released. They've done this. They've done this several times. You know, the last time they remember they let go of Steve Young, a couple other personalities they let go, but they say layoff. Normally, layoff you got an estimated time that you will be back. But Ryan Clark came out and said, "No, I was fired." And the crazy thing, he said everybody else knew they news on Tuesday. He said my news I knew on Friday because one of the podcasts that he had a problem with going back to when the Kyron Lacey situation, he said something about Kyron Lacey. With three other people on ESPN said it. Two people apologized, and they wanted Ryan Clark to apologize for what he said. He said if you don't apologize, don't come back to work. He said, well, I won't be back to work today. And of course, the whole situation with Kyron Lacey was cleaned up, but he never gave an apology. Well, the other two did. In this other article that's sister companies with ESPN praised the two people for coming up and clearing it, but they bashed Ryan Clark. He said that same company found out he was getting laid off and fired. So he said he wanted to get out in front of it before they slander him and praise ESPN. Just to give y'all a little backstory. So on sports, man, what did you think when they ESPN gave up a list of people that were laid off slash fired and Ryan Clark's name was on it?
Well, Ryan Clark was a real talent on that network. It really bothers me that they fire somebody just because of his real comments. I mean, Ryan Clark kept it real at all times, and I love him for that. Of course, people in my comments are telling me, "Oh, he's a race baiter because he's speaking his opinion." All of a sudden, he's a race baiter. I don't see that part. The man really knows the sport, very intelligent, knows exactly what he's talking about, and they get rid of a guy like him. Some of the other talented people, but they keep Pat McAfee. No disrespect to Pat McAfee. He's a wrestler slash sports commentator. He's very likable. I like Pat McAfee, but he's not the talent that Ryan Clark was. But it's okay. Ryan Clark will be okay. That's why you have multiple sources of income. Somebody else going to pick him up, and he also has a really jumping podcast that we all watch. So he's going to be just fine. But like you said, they didn't do nothing but fire this man. I think it was bullshit. But when you don't toe the company line, sometimes you could be on the chopping block.
Okay. Donald, what do you think about this? They call Ryan Clark. A lot of people say that he's racist, which I really find it very hard to believe that anybody that's African American can be racist. But I mean, do y'all? I had to look up the definition of racism, and I think people don't really know what racism is. And
No, they don't know.
These are words. We talking about racism is you getting crosses burned in your yard. But that okay, if you want to equivalate what Ryan Clark said on ESPN to getting crosses burned in your yard, and you getting hosed down with water hoses, I think we did really rethink what we saying. Maybe you could say some other things, but anyway, Donald, what did you think when ESPN fired Ryan Clark and some of the other guys? We'll talk about in just a moment.
I think it's more so business move because I think it's more important for Disney and ESPN to get the certain clicks and make more money than the actual talent of the reporting. So therefore, I think that he just wasn't as beneficial to the company as a person because we actually watch him for the talent and a great analysis and stuff. They don't care about that. Mm-hmm. They want the person who's getting the most clicks. So now if you got to think, if you got two top dogs, which would be Stephen A. and Pat McAfee, who are about to get paid, somebody's money somebody gotta sacrifice. And if you're not getting us the click and you're not beneficial enough, it's gonna come at you. Now the timing of it, it's like y'all let the whole NBA season go by and all that, and you fire them before football season. I didn't understand like the timing of it. And then I don't know how true it is, but I seen something about him back with the network covering HBCU or something. I don't know how true that is. Fact check me on that. I don't know, but I'm just trying to see if that's true or not. Because if you got fired and you went right back like that, that's like I don't want to speak on Cap, but that's one of them type moves. Don't think
Man, listen.
If you're 100% against something, I don't want nothing from you. So that's another ball game. But go ahead.
This is my issue with Ryan Clark being fired because they use him and they use him and other personalities to get their audience from the pivot to come over to show that we're down, and we'll talk about Cam Newton, but they use Cam Newton as well. We use him and his 4-for-1 and his celebrity. Let's bring now we have your fans. Now we no longer need you. You took his fans, and that's what they did with Pat McAfee. But the reason why they can't dispose of Pat McAfee, they got to keep paying. He has his own independent company. He said you got to think about Pat McAfee don't work for ESPN. They're partners. That's a difference. Ryan Clark, they can't fire Pat McAfee. So, because they're partners. Ryan Clark worked for ESPN. Look at what ESPN has been doing. They brought in Killer Cam. They brought in, they didn't let Carmelo Anthony come on there. They didn't let all these other people that got podcasts outside of, I don't think Gilbert Arenas been on there. I don't know. But
Maybe once or twice.
they using them
he was
for
very
their
underpaid.
audience. And once they get their audience, they dispose of them. And that's what I believe Ryan Clark is. And now they're going to use, and I'm pretty sure the network got many uh, letters saying that Ryan Clark is a racist. And we know when certain people write letters, they listen. When certain people with power say that they don't want this person here, he's going to be gone. I can't really, to be honest, I'm not saying he a racist or not. I guess for me, I'm looking at it from sports. I'm not looking at it from a political standpoint. And when he makes comments about certain people, did he give, maybe they feel like they gave a bad take when he said that certain quarterbacks like Tom Brady that they know and love and Drew Brees were not generational talents. Maybe that ruffled feathers. I don't think he was able to articulate what he meant, but a lot of people that know sports kind of understood what he was saying.
Yeah.
But if he couldn't him himself could not articulate what he was saying, people said, "Oh, you're bashing Tom Brady," and then they start bashing his career, talking about, "Well, what did you win?" I'm like, what that got to do with him being a commentator? Y'all don't bash Dan Orlowski when Dan Orlowski get bad takes. Y'all don't say he was a backup quarterback his whole career. Why do people do that by bashing the person that said it? Because they don't agree with the comments that was said. And I think that's what Ryan Clark. Ryan Clark, you made one Pro Bowl and da da da. I'm like, what that got to do with his commentary? But I look at ESPN as a user. They use people, and they even use Carl Ravitch, a guy, because he's a dinosaur. He's a true journalist. They use what's the guy? Skip Bayless, guys. They use these people, and then when they no longer useful to you, they get rid of you. But the reason why they can't use Stephen A. Smith and they can't use Pat McAfee is because those are Stephen A. Smith works for them, but he has his own company. So go ahead and get rid of him. He's gonna take all his fans with him. What do you think about this, Slow?
Yeah, I agree with everything you're saying. They do use these players, these personalities to get their numbers back up. I don't see the point of even getting rid of Cam Newton. Brought a lot to that Monday first take show when they talked about, especially during the football season. I think they did a lot for him. I mean, I don't know who they're going to bring in next. They're going to have to bring another big personality because Stephen A. He's a talented, of course, but he can't carry that by himself. He's going to need another talented player with him. There might be Cam, the other Cam, the former rapper. He's been on his show quite a bit, so Cam might be taking that spot moving forward. But man, it's a business. I guess you have to deal with it like that, and they paid these players well. And I guess if you're gonna have to pay Pat McAfee and Stephen A. all this money, I guess somebody kind of like a salary cap, somebody's gonna be a cap casualty.
No doubt. Donald, what do you think about some of these other guys like Cam Newton, Bart Scott, Carl Ravitch, just to name a few that was also released? What do you think about those guys being released from ESPN?
I agree with everything you're saying, especially about the using part. That's why I'm always in business. I really believe that companies, unless something is created organic, like like this show, it's not more so business. Everybody, just being cool, whether you family, you're cool, everybody cool. So now you can grow and do something together. If you meet somebody and it's a job and you're a business, at that point, everything is about business. So therefore, y'all don't have a common ground on really caring about the person. So therefore, everything was about, okay, I can use you for your fans. But what I always say is, I used to use it with athletes in sports. You're always against the company. Like when people hold out and do all this stuff, you have to utilize your leverage because as soon as you're not useful to them, you have to go also. So you have to go in that with a mindset. Don't ever be 100% in with these people who are not family, not friend. You know what I'm saying? This is just business. So I feel like all of it just happened. I just don't understand them letting the football guys go before the football season. That's
Very,
just
Very true. Asia said Ryan is amazing, but all black sports analysts need to take notes from what happened. Kathy said, "I believe once you are done being useful, you are done." This is my thing too. On the Ryan Clark or anybody at ESPN, it seems as if anybody at ESPN disagrees with what it is that they want to do. I believe that they get rid of. Like, if you're not okay, the agenda right now that they're trying to push at ESPN, let's keep it all the way real. They're trying to make us believe that Josh Allen is the best quarterback that we ever seen. And I'm not. And I think once again, I'm not because if you say something, you hate him. Josh Allen is a fantastic quarterback, but he's not the best. And y'all keep forcing the last 3 years. Y'all been forcing Josh Allen on us like we are unwanted sex. That's what it feel. It feel like unwanted sex. I don't like y'all forcing Josh Allen. Everybody. So when somebody says, because I remember Ryan Clark a couple years ago when they lost the playoff game, and I think that was that was a game that the Stephon Diggs dropped the pass, and that's when remember Stephon Diggs got shipped out of town. It was against Kansas City, and he was like, and what Ryan Clark basically said in a nutshell is, no matter what happened in that game, no matter how great Josh Allen played, somewhere down the line he didn't get it done. And he was saying Patrick Mahomes knew how to get things done. And it was like they were like, no, it's this person's fault, it's that person's fault. Josh Allen needs help. Josh Allen needs to do this. He don't have a number one. But then when Lamar Jackson, he speaks on Lamar Jackson, it's up. Well, he got Derrick Henry. Lamar Jackson should have ran more. He should have, he should be able to beat these teams. It's always a different narrative. And when Ryan Clark didn't want to go along with their narrative and he spoke up for African American players, he become racist because he wasn't. Come on, guys.
Well, Jody, once you're the favorite, you can't do no wrong. Once they pick you as that guy, it's going to be always someone else's fault. And right now, they're saying Josh Allen is that guy in the media. So no matter what he does, it's never his fault. He didn't create all those fumbles in that Denver game. He didn't make those mistakes right before the half. That fucked up that game. It's always the offensive line or the wide receivers or the running backs. It's never Josh Allen's fault. So he can do no wrong right now.
And that's the thing. You cannot speak, Donald. You can't speak the obvious. And when Ryan Clark was speaking the obvious, he's a racist. I don't understand that. Like, I'm not going to say that some of his takes was out. I kind of question some of his takes, but there's nobody. I mean, people question my takes. People question everybody's takes. But that's the beauty of sports. That's your opinion. And it's like people love the ones that speak about African Americans on a religious basis. Look at what's the one guy, man, the Jason Whitlock. People love Jason Whitlock, and I have never really seen him say anything positive about anybody African American. They love Stephen A. Smith when he changed over and he never spoke on anybody but African Americans. They love those guys. It's a dude on TikTok. His name is Officer Tanner, and he's a black. Used to be a former black art. And people love him. And this dude has nothing good to say about African Americans. When are we gonna get out our own motherfucking way? And this is what I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna read the comments. This is what I'm gonna say, guys. This is, and I don't want to make it a division between black and white because I talk about sports so I can get away from race. That's why I talk sports, so I don't have to be in the real world and talk about political and racism. I thought sports was, to me, sports is colorless. But what I'm saying is maybe some of these black journalists need to come together and have their own network.
Let me ask you something.
I like that.
Do y'all think okay, we can see what goes on in the world. You don't speak a certain way, this happens, whatever. I'm pretty sure. Y'all think Ryan Clark is a pretty intelligent guy?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So do you think that he's aware of what we're aware of?
Yes.
He worked at ESPN.
Yes.
So
he knows why he got fired.
How long? So you voluntarily got fired. How long do you think you were going to be able to do that at that place? You knew what you was doing. So I don't understand the complaint. You knew what you was doing. I think Ryan Clark is very intelligent. So you knew that this day would come if you made certain takes. So you walked yourself into it.
Okay. I think he's okay with that though, Donald.
That's what I'm saying. That's cool.
Yeah.
As long as there's no complaint, I'm cool with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You understand that.
If they called us and asked us to be on their platform, we're gonna keep it real. This is what we do. We're not gonna sugarcoat stuff. So if they got a problem with that, y'all can kick us out. Y'all can kick us out too, because this is the way we do things and this is the way we roll. We're not gonna sort of put on bow ties and start talking like Officer Tanner and Jason Whitlock and hating all black. Jason Whitlock probably hates his mama because she's black. That nigga hates everybody black.
But
hey, what did Bernie Mac say? I hate his gums because they're black. He just hate everything black.
But my thing is, I get on black, white. I don't care if you're not performing at a high level or up to expectation. I don't give a fuck what color you are. I don't care what you do. This is what sports is about. It's going to be criticism. It's going to be praise. You know what I'm saying? But in the same light, Pat McAfee does things his own way, and nobody has a problem. But you know why? And I'm gonna go back to what I said with Pat McAfee. It's because when he came into this, he didn't need ESPN. ESPN recruited him. And he said, "Okay, I'll come over there, but we're gonna be partners. I'm not working for y'all. I make 180 million over here with FanDuel or Underdog, whoever he works with. And ESPN is the Godfather. They said they're gonna give you a contract that you can't refuse. Why do you think that Killer Cam, not Cam Newton, is on First Take? Because we gotta and then and I remember Mace and Cam on It Is What It Is saying that ESPN stole some of their swag. So I'm like, y'all knew what y'all need to do, but I'm gonna say this in closing. I don't want nobody to lose their job. But when you still got Booger McFarland with a job,
oh my goodness,
and he be saying some of the most obvious and irritating takes I've ever heard, and you still let Kimberly Martin still have a job after what did she bring? But I guess when you allegedly have relations, never mind. Let me shut up. Let me stop. Anyway,
hey, Jody Burger McFarland said the team is down 10-7 at half. So in the second half, they must score more points than the other team if they want to come out with a victory. That's the Booger McFarland take.
No Booger McFarland slander.
Hey, nigga, what you say?
Hey, Donald, come on, bro. Kendrick Perkins, Booger McFarland, come on, bro.
Booger McFarland, the great Buccaneer, man. We don't have no slander.
Come on,
okay,
bro.
no.
Okay. Hey, Asia said they don't want us, period, especially when we stand up for our culture, because as soon as Ryan Clark said he stuck up for Angel Reese when nobody else would, I think that was a problem. But when you stick up for Caitlin Clark, you a hero. But you stick up for Angel Reese, you a villain. Y'all do the math on that one. Y'all do the math. My man Eagles Philly, I know he's a 76er fan. I don't know too many 76er fans. He's one of them. He said, good afternoon, good brothers. Keep doing your thing. Stay safe, stay blessed. I'm so happy for the Sixers team. I told everybody that LeBron James was going to sign with the Sixers. I just have to get the confirmation with Rich Paul when a lot of money is behind it. We got my man King Minx in the building. What's up, fam? All the way from Memphis, Tennessee. And we can't forget about Tasha from the Extra Point. What's up, girl? How you feeling? She said, what's up to the guys? So, but let's go on to our last topic before I get you guys out of here today, man. We talk a lot about the ESPN and the firing of those things, but this is just as egregious, this top 100 list. So now we had 60 to 51. So, Donald, I'm going to read these names down, and we did other shows. If you look across the bottom of the screen, you see our other list of guys from 100 down to 61. So we're going to go 60 to 51. So at 60, we got tight end Brock Bowers from the Vegas Raiders. At 59, we got Bo Nix, the quarterback of the Denver Broncos. At 58, we got wide receiver Nico Collins from the Texans. 57, we got Deion Dawkins, the tackle from the Bills. At 56, we got Jalen Hurts, the quarterback of the Eagles. At 55, we got wide receiver CeeDee Lamb for the Dallas Cowboys. 54, we got Fred Warner of the San Francisco 49ers. At 53, we got Devontae Adams, the wide receiver of the LA Rams. At 52, we got Tristan Wirfs, the tackle from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. At 51, we got Caleb Williams, the quarterback for the Chicago Bears. And I got so much to unpack on this shit, but I'm going to let Donald talk to me about this list. Give me a surprise person on this list, or who you disagree with on this list.
Okay. First things first. I'm gonna say this every 10 until we get to about the top 10. I'm gonna say it wasn't 10 guys on there better than Lamar Jackson. But anyway, so that's always tough. But that list, it was pretty good players on the list. So I'm not against really nobody there, except for the fact that Caleb Williams is not better than Lamar Jackson. But I think it need to be broken down into positions also. But I don't too much have a problem with that because all pretty good players. So I don't have a problem, give or take with it.
Okay. So what do you think?
Fred Warner seems a little high considering he didn't play many games last year. I think didn't he tear his ACL last year?
He played 6 games.
Yeah, having him at 54 seems kind of high. Devontae Adams, I think he lead the league in receiving touchdowns last year or something like that. He had a really good season. Maybe he's a little low on this list.
But hold on. So he had 60 catches for 789 yards. So he was catching a lot of short touchdown passes.
Well, what about Bo Nix? Bo Nix at 59. He's 10 spots higher than Action Jackson. That's bullshit.
That's all I'm saying.
Jalen Hurts actually didn't have a really good season last year. He might also be a little high on this list. They got him at 56. He's not better than Action Jackson either. That's my opinion.
Okay, let me go ahead and I'm going to say what I got to say. I don't know how the fuck they're accumulating this fucking list because I'm agree Fred Warner is the best middle linebacker in football, but he did not play. This is not a lifetime achievement award. It's the top 100 players of the past season. Fred Warner was not on that list. And once again, like Donald and Soul has elegantly put, there's no way none of these motherfuckers are better than Lamar Jackson. I'm going to keep saying that after every take. 2, you got Brock Bowers. He missed a significant amount of games. He is not better than Lamar Jackson. How the fuck do you got Nico Collins better than Lamar fucking Jackson? Didn't he miss games too?
Yeah, he missed a couple.
And I know everybody is in love with Caleb Williams, and I think Caleb Williams is a fantastic player. Come on, guys. I think we prematurely ejaculating over Caleb Williams. You don't
like his nail polish?
That's some crazy shit. But I'm not saying he's not good. I'm not saying he's not going to be great. But right now, he's not great. He's not great. He won 1 playoff game. Fantastic. But I can name Bo Nix one more. I would have Bo Nix over Caleb Williams.
Oh, no, sir. No, sir.
Didn't Caleb Williams, didn't Bo Nix have the best record in the NFL?
I'm watching.
His team did.
Okay, who was the quarterback? What happened when Bo Nix didn't fucking play in that playoff game?
Didn't they have a top-tier defense in Denver?
What happened to the Denver Broncos when he didn't play in the game?
They lost the championship game?
What happened?
To a shitty quarterback?
Let me ask you this. If Bo Nix played, do they win?
No, couldn't nobody throw the ball anyway.
They would have scored early. If they would have took that field goal, they would have.
That was Sean Payton.
That's my point. They wouldn't have done that. They would have not have done that if Bo Nix was playing. He would have called the game completely different if Bo Nix was in that game. I think Bo Nix. Go look at Bo Nix numbers compared to Caleb Williams numbers and come back to me. And I ain't even talking about go back to this year. Go look at Bo Nix numbers compared to Caleb Williams numbers this year, and then come back to me.
Joey, you got to show respect to the sassy quarterback, okay? You got to show respect.
Listen,
any nigga that can put on nail polish and carry a woman bag and throw touchdowns in the clutch is impressive.
I got independent research.
Do some independent research.
I need to know because I really want to know who's voting on this and what is I really want to know what's the criteria, because for what I'm thinking, this list is the stuff be so off. I always want to understand, what are you going by? Because what I do know is when they make these lists, they rig it up to make whoever they want the top, and they make whatever they got the most of the top criteria.
And Donald, I'm glad you said it, because this is why I'm gonna say this every time we do this list till we get to number 1. This is why you don't let players bet on players, because if you fuck one of my girls, I might not fuck with you. If I don't like you personally, and please, everybody out there, don't act like these niggas ain't smashing up they chicks, they teammates players, because we just seen it with AJ Brown and what's the kid and Hassan Reddick. That's why Hassan Reddick got shipped out of Philly, because of what AJ Brown was in his feelings. And it's like, okay, if you don't like this person done beat you several times, because just because a player's in the league doesn't mean that you respect them. So I think it's unfair bias on some of these, because it's a lot of people must not like Lamar Jackson. Because it's and they can't say because he was injured, because Fred Warner played 6 games. What are we doing, Donald? What are we doing, sir? What are we doing?
But they're like I told you last time, Joe. They're basing, which is bullshit. They're basing Lamar's numbers off of what he does in the playoffs, which is bullshit. They shouldn't be doing that, but that's what they're basing this off of because he struggles in the playoffs. So I bet you people that are voting on this, they're basing it off of that. That's just my opinion. I don't know what they're thinking.
You know what's crazy? I personally think Joe Burrow's way better than Lamar Jackson. But this is my thing. You're judging Lamar Jackson off the playoffs.
Yeah.
But Joe Burrow doesn't have to make the playoffs, so you only had him to judge there.
he ain't made the playoffs in 3 years.
Yeah, which I don't think means that much because it's a 53 member. I don't think it means that much, but I don't think it's fair to judge Lamar off of the playoffs when you don't have to make the playoffs. It's like prime example. It's like people say we're going back to LeBron. People be like he's 4-26 in the finals. Well, do you get? It's like you get more bonus points for not even making it because you don't make it. You can't lose.
But this is my problem too, guys. I don't think CJ Stroud is gonna make this list.
No, he's not on the list. There's no way.
So how the fuck is Bryce Young better than CJ Stroud?
Well, they're basing it with CJ Stroud off that terrible playoff run last year. That's what they're basing it off of.
But the thing is, I don't think my opinion, CJ Stroud wasn't good all last year.
He's better than Bryce Young.
Recency bias. I don't think Bryce Young was that good here. But
he's on the list. Bryce Young is at 98 on this list.
That's what I'm saying. We need to see what. As soon as we get off, I'm going to look up what is the criteria because the thing is I don't understand. I have to now. And if the criteria comes up, certain things be like, okay, I don't agree with it, but I understand.
Donald, I don't think there's a real criteria. They just give the players a list of players and like Jolie said, they base it off they really like these niggas or not. And they're just voting. I don't think it's that serious. Because we're not talking about sports writers. We're talking about just
never gonna be right.
The peers. We're talking about peers, and when we talk about peers, some of them gotta take things personal.
And what if you never played against this player to know how good this player is? Maybe some athletes only watch and only talk about football when their team is playing. So how the fuck you know how good another motherfucker is? And I'm gonna ask you this, Donald. Is Bo Nix better than Baker Mayfield?
No.
Okay. So is Bo Nix better than Baker Mayfield?
No, he's not.
So how the fuck is Baker Mayfield behind these dudes?
That's what I'm saying. We just don't. We're not like
people. Like I said, people don't like Baker Mayfield, bro. Baker Mayfield is not liked in the league. I'm telling you, that smug attitude and shit. A lot of people don't like Baker Mayfield, bro. Like you said, Joe, in the last show, when we talked about Baker, when he planted the flag at Ohio State, I bet you some Ohio State Buckeyes would never vote for fucking Baker Mayfield in this shit.
That's why I believe all awards and all that stuff, everything, it should be something come up and they should put it in a computer and the person win. Because people with personal votes, it just is what it is. Like the media got votes on the MVPs and stuff like that. Of course certain people are not going to win it. Like,
hold on, Donald, you telling me last year that CeeDee Lamb was better than his own teammate George Pickens, and he missed games?
No, he's damn. George Pickens damn good. CeeDee Lamb damn good, but no, I just think that's what I'm saying. We just don't know. They're just placing who they want to place, where they want to place them at.
I think so. We got to devalue this list at some point. At some point, we got to because you can't tell me that George Pickens played almost every game for the Cowboys, put up, I think, 10 to 15 more catches and 200 more yards than CeeDee Lamb. But CeeDee Lamb is 55th on this, and I think CeeDee Lamb healthy is a top 5 receiver. Don't get me wrong.
I think he's more of a number one than George Pickens is.
When they had Lamar Jackson at 60, the list at that point, the list is irrelevant. And then this is my thing about the list. Even when they're talking about the quarterbacks, right? Patrick Mahomes should either be one or not on the list at all. Because
thank you.
If you're not putting him at the top, he's the best quarterback in the league. Cool. My thing is he should either be number one, but you can't say because of injury. If that's the case, he shouldn't be on the list at all. I'm cool with either way, but you can't say he's at 2, 3, 4, or 5 because of that. That's what I don't understand. You can't knock him down for injury. If that's the case, he shouldn't be on the list at all. So
let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Is Cortland Sutton better than Lamar Jackson?
and I believe that's why I said I like the position list over the flat out top 100 list because
there you go.
It's hard to compare a cornerback to a left tackle. How do you say he's better than him and they do two Completely different things.
Yeah, that's the 100%. I agree with you 100% on Donald because they got Dawkins on here at 57, but he's an offensive lineman. I mean, not saying that they're not important, but he don't do do what Lamar Jackson does for his team. So it's just I agree that maybe she just do positions. Wow, do positions.
I like positions.
And they got Lamar at 69, so he would be the king of this list.
Hey Donald, is Lamar Jackson the best player on the Ravens team?
Yes.
So you know that we know there's 3 players that's going to be higher than him. We already know that Cal Hamilton, Roquan Smith, and we know Derrick Henry is going to show up on this list at some point. So they're telling me not only are you 69th best player in the NFL, but you're the 4th best player on your team.
Right, and this how much it contradicts itself, right? I'm the 4th best player on the team. Then when we win or lose, why are y'all crucifying me?
Why ain't you got the mic in front of Cal Hamilton's face? The thing about it may be further than that, because if Lindenbaugh is on this list because he's now with the Raiders, but he was on the Ravens last year. If he shows up on this list, that means he's gonna be the 5th best player on this team.
If the Baltimore Ravens got 4 players better than Lamar Jackson on their roster, they'll win the Super Bowl every year. This
is why. Listen, I love the NFL Network. I think they do great work up there and everything that they do. What's up to my man Larry in the building? Where you been, my boy? And then King Meek said Baker seemed to be a complete asshole. But that ain't got nothing to do with his football game.
When it comes to this list, it does.
A lot of people should be ashamed of themselves. I mean, I didn't say you got to have him at number 2 like he was last year, but Lamar Jackson needs to be a top 20 player in this NFL until he retires, until he's no longer good. Because like Donald said, what are the criteria? Because you got guys on this list that's been injured. Brock Purdy was injured. Lamar Jackson missed games. Joe Burrow missed games. And this is the question I got for you, so. Do you think Aaron Rodgers at one point going to show up on this list?
I'm going to say yes, because he's very well liked in the league for some reason. The media don't like him a lot, but I think the NFL players respect him, so he's going to be on this list.
Donald, you think Aaron Rodgers is going to show up on this list?
I don't think so. I think it'll be too many. I think it's too many questions to be asked. But you never know. But now the players might say.
That's what I'm saying.
The players might say otherwise. Like what was it last year? I was watching something. Zaire Franklin. He's a real good linebacker, right?
Yeah.
He said that Matthew Stafford was better than every quarterback in the league. But he said, from my experience playing against him, he said he's the only quarterback I know that you can't cut off anything. Where you standing, he can make the read, he can change the play, he can make every throw. They said he's better than Pat Mahomes. He said, yes, because I feel like it's easier for me to play against Pat Mahomes than Matthew Stafford. But I do think that's preference. Your style of play may be able to shut down certain things. Your style and other style of player is different. So you can never get a for sure list when all the players' strengths and weaknesses are different. So something seems stronger than another player.
And listen, so Donald, you say no for Aaron Rodgers, so you say yes. But if Aaron Rodgers doesn't pop on this list, that they're saying that Caleb Young, not Caleb Young, I'm sorry, Bryce Young. They saying that Bryce Young is better than Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
On what planet?
He'll be on the list.
On what planet? But if you saying he on here, that means you're saying that Aaron Rodgers played better than Lamar Jackson. So it's like I can't do this, man.
But you know what's crazy? I want to see when we're done. This is what I want to go over. I want to go over the top 100, but then I want to go over the position by position list, because I'm telling you, this is how crazy it'll be. They're gonna have some people ranked higher than some players in the top 100, but then when you do positions list, they'll have the person who's ranked lower. Because I know where was Caleb Williams on the quarterback list?
We don't know yet.
10. He was number 10.
And where was Lamar Jackson?
Like 5, right?
But in the top 100, you got him ranked over him. It just
That's my point. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and I really don't understand this list. But Joe Burrow, where do you think Joe Burrow ends up on this list, man?
You talking to me?
I'm talking to you.
He'll be, I would say, in the top 35. He's another guy that's very well liked. Just like Aaron Rodgers. They got to know Aaron Rodgers has been in the league. And all these players that idolized him growing up when they were in middle school and high school, Aaron Rodgers was winning Super Bowl. He only won one Super Bowl. He was throwing dots for the Green Bay Packers. So they see Aaron Rodgers' name on his list. Oh, that's my guy. I grew up watching Aaron Rodgers. I'm definitely going to put him on the list. That's the type of shit we're dealing with now.
But do they know? I wonder if they vote, or do people know, or these are like a voting where you don't know, anonymous or whatever?
Yeah, it's probably gonna be anonymous.
Because I'm like, if it's anonymous, then you can actually be honest. And I don't know, man. We gonna cover this list, but this is probably gonna be the last year we cover this list, man. Because this list is every year becoming more and more bogus. Like I said, a couple years ago, Aaron Rodgers played 5 plays, and he was the number 92 player on the list.
Yeah, they feel sorry for him.
That's what I'm saying. You either got to put him in the top, or you got to put him not on the list at all.
Yeah,
because how do you judge how good a person is? Like, okay, he's injured, so I'm gonna knock him down 3 or 4 spots. You can't judge that. It's either got to be all or nothing.
Like I said, I think if you miss a certain significant amount of games, you should be on this list, because it's disrespectful to have somebody, like you said, Dom, that makes the playoffs, then guys that don't make the playoffs, and then you get rewarded when you don't make the playoffs. But if you have a bad playoff run, you get criticized because you had a bad playoff run when you're playing against the best teams in the NFL.
Just don't make the playoffs. You'll be all right.
It's crazy. But like I said, Lamar Jackson didn't make the playoffs. I'm gonna say this, guys, and I'm gonna go with Jalen Hurts, and this is gonna be my final take. I'm gonna ask y'all, Jalen Hurts, man. How is Jalen Hurts not better than Josh Allen?
Well, he didn't have a good season last year. I mean,
didn't they beat him? Didn't the Philadelphia Eagles beat him?
I don't know. Did they?
Yeah, they did. They beat him in Buffalo. They beat him in Buffalo. But go ahead.
Well, if we're basing it off the season last year, I would say Josh Allen had a better overall season than Jalen Hurts did. That's just my opinion.
Then they both had the same significant. The teams, I think, was similar in wins. In the head-to-head matchup on the road, Jalen Hurts won it.
I'm just saying. I mean, we're gonna go by playoffs. He went further in the playoffs than Jalen Hurts did last year. I think did the Eagles lose their first playoff game last year?
They lost their first game, yeah.
Yeah, and I think Buffalo won one playoff game. So maybe they're basing off of that. Like I said, I mean, everyone looks at it differently, but I don't think Jalen Hurts had a really good season last year.
Didn't the Eagles win their division?
Yeah, but
they did. Okay, did Buffalo win their division?
No, that would be
no, they didn't. Okay,
but we're not.
But I'm trying to win it don't matter that much. That's not what. When I believe when I watch a football game, and I watch Josh Allen play, and I watch Jalen Hurts play, I believe that Jalen Hurts is just flat out better than him.
Okay, Donald, I'm glad you just said that. This is why I said it, because I wanted you to say that. What happens when Josh Allen plays Patrick Mahomes?
Patrick Mahomes wins.
But what happens when Jalen Hurts plays Patrick Mahomes?
Jalen Hurts beat him.
Wow. Okay.
What is it? I'm saying, what are you getting at? Because
I'm getting at the fact that we talk about how great Josh Allen is, but when the chips are down against the best player on the planet, against the best team, he can't do it. But Philly and Jalen Hurts seem to be able to do it on a consistent basis.
Have you ever seen Philly's roster, like their whole team? I'm saying, listen, because my thing is,
so Buffalo don't have a good roster.
Okay, they don't have what Philly has.
So how dare you ever on planet Earth utter your lips to say that Lamar Jackson is on the same planet as Josh Allen?
I think Lamar Jackson's better than Josh Allen.
I'm saying. So now, if we go to who beats who more?
Lamar Jackson beat Josh Allen, though. What are we talking about?
What's their record against each other?
I think it's almost close. It's real close.
Is it close? You win.
It's like two. I think Josh Allen might have beat him 4 times or something like that. I think Lamar won twice.
All right, so we got to take if winning counts, he's better than him.
Josh Allen ain't never beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. He's 4-4.
I thought we're talking about Lamar Jackson.
How many times has Lamar Jackson beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs?
In the playoffs? None. He only played him twice.
So I'm saying, on what metric on the wing scale, if we're gonna talk about winning, on what metric is Lamar Jackson better than Josh Allen?
Josh Allen, he done got to the same level with Josh Allen. What are we talking about?
If I'm beating you, Josh Allen just walked Lamar Jackson down in a fourth quarter lead with 21 points?
What are you talking about? The game that Derrick Henry fumbled? You talking about that one?
Thank you. And I'm proud you said that, because I was just going to show you that it's not all on the quarterback. So the winning thing doesn't matter.
I understand that, but who has wins or losses by their record? We can't. That's reality, Donald. That's reality.
So if I'm beating you, If my wins and loss record is better than you, then am I better than you?
Hold on. JK said, "Who beats who more is crazy analysis." And we ain't beating no meat over here, Kane. We ain't beating no meat. But and first of all, let's take. I didn't ask if Lamar Jackson was. I said it's Jalen Hurts. Go look at Jalen Hurts' numbers, his record, his resume, and put it next to Josh Allen's. But people don't like Jalen Hurts. Is when Jalen Hurts play, it's not pretty. But at the end of the day, his numbers are similar: rushing touchdowns, yardage passing, wins and losses. And he actually, do y'all realize that Jalen Hurts actually has won a fucking Super Bowl? Do we realize that shit?
I don't think that makes you that good, that important.
He balled out in that Super Bowl
because anybody can win a Super Bowl.
Okay, so why Josh Allen ain't did it? If anybody can do it, why Josh Allen ain't won it?
It ain't. I said he could be doing. Not that everybody will. I just watched Sam Darnold win a Super Bowl. He's not a top 10 quarterback.
Fuck no, he ain't.
It don't matter. Anybody can go anywhere. Listen, the right system can turn a role player to a superstar.
So Buffalo. So now you saying Buffalo don't have the right system?
They're not good enough to win. They're not good enough to win.
Every time I look up, they got Buffalo as one of the top teams in the NFL.
Because they have Josh Allen. That's why.
Well, so why can't they get over the hump?
Because if anybody, just think about it. It's hard to win.
They give quarterbacks too much credit sometimes.
They give too much credit for winning or losing.
I really do think they do. But Joe, I'm not shitting on Jalen Hurts. He's done really great in Philly, but I mean they won that Super Bowl. That defense was fucking nasty against Patrick Mahomes. I'm not saying that Jalen Hurts didn't play well in that game, but bro, that defense they had in Philly that year that won Super Bowl was fucking nasty. Well, nobody beat them some bitches.
Then the year they lost the Super Bowl, he outplayed Patrick Mahomes too.
Well, they had turnovers towards the end of the game that cost him a game. That game also.
No, he had a turnover. He had a turnover in the second quarter.
They ended up with a fumble recovery for a touchdown. That might have been one of the reasons why they lost. Not the only reason, but it is what it is. It's sports. People gonna make mistakes. But
like Patrick Mahomes win, I don't feel like he plays the best. I think that Kansas City defense done carried them through some crazy stuff sometimes.
That's true.
Yeah, I just think the team. I think that football is so much more than basketball. It's so much more team than
That's
you
true.
can win. Like you can be a bad, like Drake May really went to the Super Bowl this year. He played the worst football I could possibly think of. He just got lucky and played against a quarterback.
Drake May was ass during the playoffs.
But he played against quarterbacks that played even worse. He went against CJ Stroud and he went against he played a quarterback that shouldn't have been playing. Still, and then in the first round, he went against a guy that shit the bed every playoffs too, and Justin Herbert. We don't nobody. It's like we pick and choose who we want to pick on. And it's like if you a superstar caliber quarterback like a Justin Herbert, and I think Justin Herbert is a fantastic quarterback in the regular season, but when he gets to the playoffs or in clutch games, his biggest claim to fame right now is beating the Kansas City Chiefs in Week 1. But we look at these quarterbacks and we praise these quarterbacks, and it's like every time the quarterback that you don't like lose is because of somebody else. It's because of him. If it's a quarterback that you like, we come up with. And I'm not saying you guys. I'm just saying like when Josh Allen lost. Oh my God! If this player would have did this, but Josh Allen played for. I remember Dan Orlovsky just suck his dick. God damn! Like you was out there just like hanging on this dude's balls. Like he lost the game. I don't care how good he played. At the end of the day, I want to see if you're gonna win or lose the game. And some quarterbacks can do it, and some quarterbacks can't, no matter what the circumstances.
I think the problem with the NFL is that I think they want to make the quarterback the best player on the team. That's not always the case.
Nope.
I mean, there's a lot of great players that won Super Bowls over the years that their best player was not the quarterback. In today's NFL, it seemed like, if you don't have your quarterback's not your best player, they hype these dudes up more than what they deserve. This is my opinion.
And I agree. I think they have to. I think that's what sells tickets, because that's why you can't even touch the quarterback. Because we've seen in past history, Tom Brady's, the Peyton Manning's of the world. You know what I'm saying? Those are the cover boys. Those are the people that people come to see. You can't touch those quarterbacks. Then you got other quarterbacks you can knock their fucking head off. You could knock Cam Newton's fucking block off and nobody will call shit. I done seen Cam Newton. Remember the guy, the Atlanta Falcons, Deion Jackson, with the linebacker. Who was that? Deion Jones. Number 45 for the Atlanta Falcons had hit Cam Newton going into the end zone, and there was no flag, no nothing. I was like, man, but if I didn't see where Tom Brady dropped back for a pass and somebody hit the back of his shoulder pad and it was a pass and it was rough in the pass.
Yeah, you create who you want to be that in the media.
Oh yeah,
That's just sports. You create what you want. You think to let Tom Brady cheat his way to being the greatest of all time.
And nobody says
no
anything
one
about
brings
him
that up either. You're right. No one brings that up.
And if you bring it up, you a hater.
If you really go through Tom.
We lost Dom. But if you bring it up, you a hater. I remember I had people like, oh, you just hating on Tom Brady. No, I'm like, did he not get like he missed games because he cheated? So that it wasn't allegedly, he actually did it.
Yeah.
He missed games. The league penalized him.
Yeah.
You don't just get penalized for something that you didn't do in the NFL.
They sweep that shit under the rug like it didn't happen because Tom Brady is the golden boy. So whatever he does is gonna come out. His shit's gonna smell like roses because it's Tom Brady and they're gonna cover for him no matter what.
Because if you think about it, he got what 7, 6.
Yeah, 7.
He got a lot.
He got 7. The one with us, the one with us, he was trash. The first one, he was trash. 3 or 4 of them in between there, he cheated. He might only be like a one-time winner.
The field goal kicker won the first one. I'm not mistaken. Am I right, Jody? Did Adam Vinatieri win that first?
Yeah, he won.
One of them he threw for like 120 yards. Something like one of them.
You remember? Hey, Jody, remember that
first?
Jody, remember the first Super Bowl New England had, and remember John Pat Summerall and John Madden were calling that game, and they said watching the game because it tied up. He goes, with this young quarterback, they should probably play for overtime. Remember, he was saying they didn't even trust him, and then they accidentally got in field goal range, kicked that long ass field goal to win it.
But I'm agree with Donald even more. Didn't Ty Law get the interception for a touchdown in that game?
Was that the first one?
Yeah,
I can't remember, Joe.
Yeah, Ty Law got the pick 6.
He played trash, and that's just my thing about. Don't get me wrong. When I say winning's overrated, no, I love to win, and I feel like you play to win the game. I'm just saying that sometimes you get too much praise and too much of the downfall for winning and losing when you're not the win. You're not the reason you're winning and losing. Like Tom Brady, he is a 7-time Super Bowl champion. But I can't. He about 2-time Super Bowl to me. I know my opinion don't matter, but I'm just looking at. I've seen guys play better than him and lose the game.
And that's not even talk about the Tuck rule. That means a lot now, different nowadays when you say Tuck rule, but the Tuck rule definitely changed sports history. It wasn't for that the Raiders would have had a chance to win that Super Bowl and not the New England Patriots.
That's crazy. So you say that because now if you say that, you a hater. That they call what they call.
Well, it's always easy because I'm hating because that motherfucker they shouldn't went to the Super Bowl that year. I'm sorry.
But you gotta think about it. It's always easy when your team is the beneficiary of a bad call. Then you start to think you just hating on. But this is my thing. This is the only pushback I got against you, Donald, when it comes to quarterback, and you so when it comes to quarterbacks. And y'all say that anybody can win it. Sometimes it's who's behind center that makes you believe that you can win. That's why I say just anybody can't do it. I know y'all not. I was when he played. I was a very big Brett Favre fan. I'm not far. I don't like his after football shit that he did. But Brett Favre, every time Brett Favre lined up, I don't give a fuck how many interceptions Brett Favre threw. I believe that they could win that game. But you can have a quarterback that put up fantastic numbers, but you don't feel like you can win that game. Like, I don't think that Bengal fans believe that every time Joe Burrow's behind center that they're going to win because they feel like the defense at some point is going to let them down. So that's what I'm saying.
I think whatchamacallit, I think Brett Favre, because Brett Favre was real good when he played.
Yeah.
I think that people look at Brett Favre and Josh Allen a lot the same.
No. I'm gonna say they look at Josh Allen. I think they look at Josh. To me, this because I'm a little older. I think they look at Josh Allen like they looked at John Elway.
See, I seen John Elway. He once I got over watching football, he was already winning. So I didn't really. He was right.
Because you got to think in the '80s, John Elway went to 3 Super Bowls and got his ass whooped in all 3 of them. And they were pushing in there. I mean, he was Donald. When I say he was getting his ass whooped, Souls Washington Redskins beat the shit out of him, 42-20, so 42-10. Then he went against Joe Montana, and the 49ers beat him like 55-19 or something like that.
10. I think 55-10, if I'm not mistaken, Jody.
And then the goddamn Giants beat him 39-20. So every time he went to Super Bowl, he was just getting his ass whooped. Real quick, Kathy said just like Robert Kraft did the same thing Washington did, getting happy endings. Hey, why did Kim Ming say anybody behind center is hilarious?
Yeah, I think
you gotta be behind the center if you want to get the ball, right?
I think
Hey,
the quarterback is
you gonna get the
really.
ball.
I think the quarterback is really, really, really important. But I do think it's ways around winning without one, or winning and losing. But the quarterback is really, really important, though.
hey, why did Jay Kane say he stole stamps 20 years ago? Jody, get over it. I can't. I can't. Just like they told us get over slavery, but not 9/11. But anyway,
No, let's not even get into that.
I'm not getting into that. Because my thing is we should not get over any of it.
No, sir.
Not slavery, not Holocaust, not 9/11.
It's all American history. Sometimes with some things they want to act like it didn't happen, but it did.
I think everything needs to get the same attention.
Yeah.
In the same grieving periods.
Don't get me started about Black Wall Street, but that's another story.
Yeah, I think all that stuff, and it could be black, it could be white culture, it could be Chinese culture. We all should equally, together as a culture, like feel sad about it. Like I don't think we should
this is why ESPN is gonna fire us on day one because of the comments we just made.
They like we ain't supposed to.
As long as we understand the agenda, get us our checks first. We take our platform.
Man, we told you, motherfuckers, y'all don't listen.
Y'all don't listen. But great show, fellas, man. We back. Against the Grain Sports is back, man. So we doing our thing as usual, man. Sorry to keep y'all waiting. We'll be more on a consistent basis once the season will be here in a couple of weeks. And of course, college football gonna be here and all those good things, man. So I just want everybody to keep tuning in because we keep doing our thing, man. But we got to end the show, and you know how we fit in the show. So on sports, give me your final thought before we get out of here.
Final thought: 2 weeks ago, Kyle Shanahan, the 49ers head coach, got into a car accident. Apparently, he's okay, but he had a broken nose, 3 broken ribs, and needed 40 stitches. I don't know if Brandon Ayuk was driving that other car because they got serious beef, but someone tried to take Kyle Shanahan out of here. That's all I got to say.
Wow.
Everybody on the 49ers get injured.
Even the coach. That's crazy.
That's crazy. Donald, man, give me your final thoughts we get out of here.
My final thought is we're coming up to NFL season, and I'm just thinking about my Buccaneers. And I don't know how y'all feel the same about y'all team. I think, do you feel like when your teams don't make any moves, do we feel like we're good enough? Because I'm really frustrated about the things that we had real problems with. I just feel like we didn't address it. And this is my final thought. I'm getting kind of scared going into the season. Like, are we going to have the same problems for last year? And my thing is, if your team wasn't good enough last year, you need to do something to fix it this year. I just don't feel like we addressed nothing that was going wrong.
I dig it. Hey, my final thought is this, man, and it goes out to the guys at ESPN that were laid off / fired, however you want to cut it. One of them being, like I said, Carl Ravitch. This is a guy that I watched for 33 years on ESPN. And I think the way that they let him go was with the lack of dignity. I think this guy should have let him retire. He's been there for 33 years. Don't fire this guy. Let him retire. He's been there long enough to have a retirement. If you knew that this was coming, this is not something that you just seen just around that just happened this year. This is something, if it was budget cutbacks, whoever doing the numbers, y'all got a lot of smart people over there. Y'all knew this was coming. Give them dignity like you did with some of the other ESPN analysts to let them retire instead of letting them go out embarrassing ways like being laid off or being fired. Carl Ravitch, I know a lot of pubs going to Ryan Clark and Bart Scott and Cam Newton because they were former players. But this guy was one of the heart and souls of ESPN, Sports Center. And I'm like, how do you let this guy go like that? I know a lot of it buzzes on Ryan Clark, a lot of attention's on Ryan Clark, but this guy was there for 33 years, and I think he deserved better than that, ESPN. That wasn't cool at all to let Carl Ravitch go like he was a piece of trash and he'd been in your organization for 33 years. He deserved way more dignity than that. That's my final thought.
Jody, I agree with you 100%, brother, but the loyalty and all that stuff it's changed so much. I've been with the same company now for 24 years, right? So over the years, I've seen people that's been there for a long time retire. When they put their paperwork in, we have a party for this guy. We have cakes, we get trophies, all type of stuff. Man, you've been here 20-some years. We're gonna really take care of this guy. But recently, people that have retired, they treat them like they new employees. Like they the guy that just retired. He's been with the company 20 years. They basically said, all right, man, kick rocks, turn your shit in and get out of here. I've been here 20 years. If that's just the way the world is now, I don't like it. They're probably gonna treat me the same way when I leave. They're not gonna throw no parties for me. Not gonna give me a cake or none of that shit. That's just the way it is nowadays. It's fucked up. No one respects anything what people have done for these companies anymore.
I feel what you're saying, but at this one, you knew it was coming, and he's been. It ain't like he okay. Ryan Clark ain't got the years to retire, but Carl Ravage did.
That's what
Let,
I said about Carl Ravage. You couldn't put him on another station or a lesser day or work out something with him or something. You just fire. That's crazy.
They
hey,
probably gave he got a nice severance package, hopefully.
yeah, but let him retire with some dignity.
Yeah, I know.
Do
I
it
know.
like you do other people. Because if this what's my guy
Boomer.
if Boomer retires, they're gonna do all they can in their power to do a party. They're not gonna just let him go out like that. But real quick, Kathy said John Elway ruined the Cleveland Browns making the Super Bowl 3 times. He did. King Mink said, "My final thought is glad to see you guys. Against Your Range Sports is back in big things in 2027 coming. I'm claiming it. Absolutely, we definitely claiming
Yes,
it.
sir.
So I'm your host of Against the Grain Sports. Jody Comer here with my nephew Donald, the voice of the youth. We got Drill Solo Sports Glenn all the way from San Antonio, Texas. We got Ray more than just a barber. We got Ray more than just a barber. Lindsay. We got Andrew mic'd up and JK and the chef cooking it up in the kitchen. Hey, so what we doing until Monday, man?
We working, baby.
All right, peace, peace, peace.